Okay, I've never played Ween before. I think they tried to rename this game to The Prophecy because Ween is too funny of a name. But I don't know anything about it. I guess it's an adventure game. When I went to go download it, I saw a warning that the game hasn't aged super well, and so it's very easy to get stuck. And there's lots of weird pixel hunts that are very arbitrary. So I will be using a walkthrough in emergencies here. I'll do my best to not consult it too much, but I have it up on another monitor here in case I get stuck. Game seems super loud, so I'm gonna turn it down a little bit too. I never heard of this developer before or any other games they've made. Akram. Kingdom of Blue Rocks is in danger. Okay. It's almost impossible to make an adventure game that's not silly. Oh, hey, there's some FMV. Ween, my magic is leaving me. Kraal's shadow, okay. Kraal's an ambitious wizard. To say it's impossible to make an adventure game that's not also a comedy game because like the format is inherently pretty funny. Even like Loom, I think, is probably the most serious adventure game I've played, was still pretty silly. Plans return on the day of the Great Eclipse. It's up to you, Ween, to stop him. Hourglass of power, and by fulfilling the prophecy. Day of the Great Eclipse, 3 grains of sand will be placed in the Revuss. Kraal's doom will thus be sealed. Okay. Music's pretty good so far. Okay. You have to overcome 3 obstacles. Each will be rewarded with a grain of sand. I don't know if this game is able to soft lock, so I'm gonna try to save frequently. Whoa, it's like 3D. Go, Ween. Only 3 days remain. Okay. So this game came out like a year before Final Fantasy VI. It helps me to center myself. And the live action stuff's pretty funny. The Prophecy. Okay, so I guess I got rid of the name Ween even in game. Music's pretty great. I'm a fan. Don't think I have to press a button to dismiss this circus. Very small team. Yeah, Cocktail Vision 1992. Okay. Do we have like options here? Oh, it's a little laggy. Hopefully that's gonna be okay. You have 3 jokers. Notepad, inventory, characters, movement, options unavailable. Adjustments? Now let's click the crystal ball. Greetings, noble Ween. I am Petroy, faithful friend to Okram. Okay. Call my spirit if you need knowledge. Okram is tamed a vampire Erm. Call him up with the flute. His powers will be indispensable to you. Feed him fruit which he loves. Okay. Can I like that in my inventory? Okay, I think that worked. Inventory. Copper ball. Alright, this is hard to describe, but the mouse isn't very responsive. Like, it seems to really want to get stuck on specific horizontal lines. I'm gonna do my best. Tongs. Lard. Okay. Tongs? Doesn't work. I'm getting frustrated. Nothing to do. And that's so weird, the way the mouse works. Let me try to just move it a lot. It probably makes it feel a little bit more responsive if I do that. But fine crystal. What? Key. Can I not carry that? Interesting. Certain types of vampires which can produce certain types of magic according to what they eat. Interesting. I might look up if the mouse thing is a known issue. Ween, the prophecy, janky mouse. No, I can't even find anybody mentioning it. All right, I'm just gonna do my best to work with it. I was able to put that in my inventory. Something in this skull. Okay, that worked. Get the ring. Okay. Weird tablet. It's not working. I'm getting frustrated. Bad idea. Try checking the portrait here. Whoa. How odd. Doesn't look like there's something behind the portrait, right? says let's see what it's hiding, but I guess I need to do something to be able to get that out of the way. Lucky hook. I can pick that up. Use the key on the padlock. This key is too big. Need a golden key to open the padlock. Okay. Seeds. Give you a lot of items right at the beginning. These are the only 2 rooms I have access to right now, I think. I'm going to check the walkthrough to see what it says about this portrait, because it looks like there's supposed to be something behind it, but I don't know where I'm supposed to be able to move the portrait. Let's see. Put it on the hook. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Ah, that actually jump scared me. The dirty rat protects his lair well. Okay. Do something to do with the rat later. I don't think I can dismiss stuff like that. See if there's another door somewhere. Never had this unresponsive mouse thing. It feels like it's a software thing that's trying to like translate my mouse movements into like favors horizontal movement. I'm Uki. Hi Uki. I'm Orbi. We're Uki and Orbi. We want to go with you. Okay. We're twins. Back to the serious music. He's resisting. Can I not get the read? Straw. Okay. Do I have like an item I can use on the read? Tongs worked. Hey Bucky, how you doing? Guardrail. Can't tear it out. I mean, the tongs work on everything, so does that work? Okay. My tongs are broken. Never mind, I don't need them anymore. I'll throw them away. Okay. Bad idea. Creepy sound. Nice ring. The ring on the ball. Let's see the result. Oh, weird. They're creepy gnome Halloween masks. So I can transform it repeatedly. I see. Weird. We've got items in this room. I could inspect the individual items. Can I like put the wood in the fireplace? Okay, yes. Can I put the straw in the fireplace. Okay, and then how do I light it though? Bad idea. None of these look like they should be good for that. God, the controls are... Oh, there's a knife here. Really fighting me. I assume there's a way for me to light this. I don't have it yet. Is there anything else I can loot in here? Despite the water having a dedicated sound effect, I don't think it's actually interactable. Okay, so I can't open that. Nothing else in this room is interactable other than the mouse. Give the mouse seeds, maybe? Okay, it ate some, but nothing happened. Combine the seeds with something else. I actually really understand how I'm supposed to combine it, because it had me do it earlier with the copper ball and the ring, right? Oh, here we go. It's really weird. It's not working. I'm getting frustrated. Combine it with, like, the lard, maybe? No. Nothing to be done. I feel like I have to, like, poison the thing or something. Doing it the other way around. Okay. Send a kingdom to sleep. Wooden mold. Okay, so use that to make a key. I don't think there's anything else to do in this room. I'm sure there's another, like, zone transition that I can find. I think this knife was a second part of the cupboard, just part of what I was worried about with the pixel hunts. Let's see. Go through the curtains on the far wall. Use the knife on the reed. Oh, okay. Guess I can, it's like flint and tinder or something. Still have part of the reed in my inventory? I guess I do. It's a flute handmade by the master. No more use for the knife. Okay, well, where do you want me to use the flute? Use the flute on yourself. What the? How do I target myself? Wow, I have to do it from here? That's crazy. Yeah, I would have just been using the flute on everything. I feel merry when I hear the word strawberry. Okay. Well, I have some strawberries. Ween, you're a brother. Okay. What are you doing, man? The joy of eating the strawberries went to my head. Come on, pick it up. Strawberry jam. And gold. Okay. None of these items give me any ideas. Just give him the jam. Where can the strawberries be? What do you want me to use my powers on? Dog, I have no idea. Could you light the fire somehow? What the fuck? I really will try to avoid the walkthrough, but shit is arbitrary. Peak arbitrary. Okay, so what do I need to do? Go back outside. I don't think there's anything to interact with out here. I don't see anything in my pixel length. I think I'm done in this area, other than not being able to get in the trapdoor. So I have to make the key mold? He needs a golden key. Okay, so... But they can have me melt the gold bar? Okay. So, but I need to, like, melt it in something, I guess? The fact that you, like, use the ring on the copper orb and it turns it into a cauldron is so weird. Okay, so gold. Come on. There we go. Gold bar is melting. Use molten gold on mold. I don't need this mold from now on. Okay, great. Padlock. What? Okay, I have a fucking fish lock now? Oh geez, I didn't mean to do that. Half statue. Let me save. I confirm. Oh, that key is just completely useless. Whoa. Great sound effect. Okay. Can I get the bat to light the fire again? planks. Torch. At least they're wise enough to like dump items once they're not needed anymore. Although it's kind of funny, the character's like, I don't need this anymore. It's like, are you sure? A knife? You don't think you're gonna use a knife? I was like, yeah, I can hear the game developer in my brain saying, you don't need the knife ever again. Okay, so I can't actually pick up that bowl. Pry that off somehow. Foiled again. I guess I probably have to put the red gem in there or something. Leave just to set this here. At least light this thing with the torch. Okay, this time I don't need the weird magical bat. But I probably need the fire for something. What could I possibly use the bowl for, right? Boiled again. Come on, you can do it, mouse. Nothing else really makes sense to go with the bowl here. And I can't put in my inventory. Okay, what is it? What do we got? Put the lard in the cauldron and put it on the hearth. Okay. We didn't do that in the previous room when I also had both items. The lard is melting and becoming oil. Cool. What do I want oil for? Okay, we've got multiple inventory ticks here. I need to transfer the oil into the bowl, I guess. Bowl of oil. I mean, there's nothing else to interact with other than the skull, right? Bad idea. Oh. Use the ring on the cauldron again. Okay. Okay, I think some of these things, it's like you see it and it's like, okay, I see how I was supposed to get there with hindsight because it's an orb that you're putting in the skull. But it's already such a fucking weird thing that the ring turns it between a cauldron and an orb? Like, what? Okay. And a moonstone. Okay, so can I, like, use the tibia to... It seemed pretty right. Maybe like a plank? Maybe I'm supposed to put the oil on it so it's not rusty anymore? Just trying to lubricate it? No? Spotted a mechanism through the opening. Wait, so the opening is a distinct pixel from the lever. Wow, okay. Okay. What does that actually do, though? Holy smoke, the oil's going in. Okay, so I layered the bone so that I could pour. Oh, sure. Okay, so now that opens up. Take the ball back now. Okay. Super weird. What does that do? Does it give me like a bridge in this room or something? Okay, yes. Save again. It looks like that's just supposed to be a bridge, but I guess I'm supposed to do something with it to be able to cross it. Planks, set them down like it's RuneScape. The planks are too short. Okay, well at least that suggests that I'm maybe close. Bound planks. Okay. Well, see, that one's reasonable. The shit with the ring transforming the ball back and forth is really fucking weird. And now I can go this way. See if it doesn't break. You're fine, Ween. Oh, I still have the little gnome guys with me. Yeah, just cross as precariously as you possibly can. Perhaps my friend could help me. This guy? Arms will be visible day and night. At that time, the crown will give the elixir. No, thanks, man. Reesh. You, skull. Okay, so I got a moonstone and a sunstone now. Curtain up there, it's too high. Like a pole axe than a spear, but sure. A few more inches, okay. So what could I combine it with to get it to be high enough? It's not working, I'm getting frustrating. There's another tibia here. Okay, can I combine that with the spear? Can unhook that rag. Blackberries. Okay, so I can give those to my bat, which my bat just seems to have random powers based on what would be helpful on that screen. Cast that on myself. Iron and steel. I'm always ready for a delicious meal. Okay. Blackberries aren't good. Not good enough for me to use my magic. Okay. Can you, like, go up there and do something? Guess I didn't interact with the seal. So... How can you help me, torch holder. Okay. Limestone covering the runes. These stones in here. Okay, that seems to work. Something still fit in there. Okay, that seems promising. And then there's like a thing here. Looks like that's supposed to be, okay, niche. Oozing liquid has caused stalactites to form on the seal. I don't even think I'm allowed to go back here, which is good because half statue, but that was like a weird fish looking thing. No. Dude, I don't know, man. Not on the seal. It's got to be in this room, but I don't see anything that's interactive. There's the seal, the tomb. Doesn't work on himself. Can't go out to the window. The sunstone and the seal with the moonstone and the sunstone. Use the flute. Give the hole above the door. Oh wow, that's barely visible. Get a little like statue, a key. Okay. All right, good. Try to save whenever I go to a new screen. It hasn't warned me yet about being able to die or soft lock or anything, but. Sword is stuck in the base. Could it be Excalibur? Not the chosen one. Perhaps even a bit weak in the mind. Look on the back of your famous legendary sword and you'll find your power? Okay. It's kind of funny. You didn't notice that when he tried to pull the sword out? You just use it as a lever. Acid. Sure. Of course. Acid fumes are creating terrifying hallucinations. I don't know what else I would dissolve in the acid, right? I have to like... Cauldron, like my main, is like the bucket, the magic bucket is really important because they constantly having me fill it with liquids and shit. Just do it again. Okay. All right, cauldron full of acid. Got it. Sweet. use that to dissolve the limestone, I guess. Borgol. Courage, Ween. I'm the Borgol. Opale sent me. You're on the right road. It's very, like, labyrinthy. Thanks, man, I think. Okay, that worked. The eclipse of the sun and the effigy will open the passage to the daring. Well, I don't have the effigy yet. So if it's eclipse of the sun, does that mean I have to put the sun in first? It's cool if that's what they're going for. I don't hate that as a puzzle. I don't have the effigy, though. Must be something I'm missing in this other room. There's a thing over here now. The acid is gone, I guess. Those started as Sword and Moon. Okay. Why was that the answer? Elixir. Okay, well, I have the elixir now. You see, like, maybe I'm supposed to get this guy to help me more? Nothing to teach you on this subject. Well... His main thing is that he's able to, like, read languages I can't read. There's only so many possible things it could be, right? Okay. There's our little guy. Whoa. We're really great magicians, wise men. We're heroes. Who is Uki? Who is Orbi? We are pleased with this question. Valiant Ween, you've obtained your first grain of sand. Oh, good. That's good. I'm glad. Good job, Ween. Don't lose it, though. Okay, so I can't do anything with the quartz that's shining. Empty chest. Ugh. Whoa. Miserable Ween, I am Kraal's messenger. Do you really think you can beat me? Okay, I've got a feather. Climb over my dead body to get by. Okay, make sure. I don't have any fruit to give Charming but ineffectual potion. And a charlatan who sold it to you? Comment on everything I can use on him? Well, I like that he gave me that commentary, but it didn't seem to do anything. Alright, Petroid, you got any ideas about this guy? Or do you not really give much feedback at all? Nothing to teach you on this subject. I feel like if he existed as a hint mechanic, that could go a long way. Leaves over here that I can't pick up. So presumably it's something to do with the chest. No good. Should I like weigh it down or something? No. Alright, I'm checking. Use the feather on the chest? Why? What? The feather is magic. It's made all these objects visible. Well, okay. Venom or pollen falls on a quartz crystal. It'll give birth to a snake or a flower. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course. Well, there's some venom, so that's nice. And there's some pollen. Well, what do you know? Fantastic. Okay, so we got a snake. And a flower. Looks poisonous. Just said venom. Okay. Okay, I can revert them. So do I want like 3 snakes? Need some specific pattern of snakes and flowers. Okay, right, parchment just says... Because they're like, yeah, it's super weird to have to use venom and pollen on quartz crystals. I mean, it's not any weirder than using the feather on the empty chest. Mix together. Okay, so... Can I use one on the other? Pretty worried it's the other way around, right? Put them in the elixir. Come on. get a lot of usage out of that cauldron. Oh, I guess I am making a potion. Okay. Use potion on quartz. Really? Is that not it? Save the ingredients. They could be useful. That's what I'm trying to use them for. Something useful. Potion 1. So, just to reiterate, using pollen on a quartz crystal turns it into a flower. Using venom on a quartz crystal turns it into a snake. Doing neither and combining the two things together along with an elixir I found earlier suffocates a snake monster? Okay. Sure. I know there are a lot of adventure games that are like this. I've had the good fortune of almost exclusively playing like LucasArts Scum VM adventure games from this era. Because I played a fairly late King's Quest, the King's Quest 6. But even that one was like really cleverly written and almost all the puzzles made sense. Sometimes they were really tricky, or they required some kind of outside knowledge, right? There's no point in loading yourself down with the fish-shaped statue. You won't need it. I have never used it. Did you guys have like a plan to use it and then cut that from the game? Okay. This game is really weird. It's definitely that kind of like game where the developer has like zero interest in imagining someone playing it who's not already in their brain, right? Okay. Okay, I can't take the sword. Okay. Go for it, No, that's fine. Okay, so he ate the strawberries and now there's a big pile of gold? What is the rock's purpose? Okay, so there's a hole here. You can't see the gold he's so crazy about. He's scared, so he's difficult to catch. Well, I can't pick up the gold. Okay. Can't move the rock. I can't put the sword in the hole. I don't have any idea of what to use any of it. Can I like set the tablet on top of the hole to block it or something? Let me check. Put the cauldron on the top hole? I guess because you're just like physically blocking it? Okay. Big pile of gold over here that's blocking my path that spawned strangely when my vampire bat companion ate the giant strawberries that were previously blocking my path. Okay. There's a couple good, like I said, you know, labyrinth, dark crystal, little fantasy set pieces, but they're so fucking weird. Hey, I'm Opals, Princess of the Volcano Island. Very little time to talk to you. Crawled on the island and is holding me prisoner. He wants to make me marry him. Sure to become the kingdom master of the Kingdom of the Blue Rocks, because he has. Okay. Wait. Oh, I guess this is where I was just heading. Okay, there's a snake here. Nasty creature blocking the road. The snake is stopping me. I like charm it with the flute. I guess I'd broadly categorize these sorts of, like, you know, 90s point-and-click adventure games into one of three categories, where either it's like everything is able to be understood purely through what the game points your attention to, right? Like everything is like set up and then reminded and then paid off. Or a second category of game that has some mix of those puzzles and also puzzles that require external knowledge, so you have to like look at something and be like, oh, that's a reference to this, you know, Grimm's fairy tale or something. Like Simon the Sorcerer 2 required you to just know about the princess and the pea to put the pea under the mattress, right? If you didn't know that, you would be like, why the fuck am I putting a pea in a mattress? It doesn't make any sense. And then the third category would be this, which is just pure nonsense. Use the venom on the snake? I mean, like, why would that work? Okay. All right. Well, that's actually a good one, because we've established how that works on the previous screen, sort of. So it happens, and you're like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess previously I turned quartz into snakes, but you didn't have to do that on that screen. That had nothing to, that was immaterial to the solution. You could have just mixed the potion and left, whatever. That one's a little bit better, at least. That's more like a category 1 puzzle. One of the sacred jewels. I feel like the sacred jewels. I like burn the thorns down. Okay, that makes sense. Now we've got wasps. I love how many times you like have something blocking you and you clear it, and then just something else is blocking you now for no reason. What the fuck am I supposed to do about wasps? I have to get them a flower to get their attention? But they're not bees, they're wasps. Flowers seem like a good solution. Anything else I'm missing that's interactable here? Wasp trap. Can't catch it. Okay. Is he mad because he doesn't have any fruit? Disturbing me for so little isn't worthy of Ween. Okay. Well, I don't have any obvious way to reach that. There's nothing else on this screen that appears to be interactable. Can I keep the torch? No. What? Turn the cauldron into the ball and use the tiara on the ball. Sure. All right. Well, that was easy. All right, great. Whoa. It's the same graphic as before, but recolored, rehued, and flipped vertically. You now have to face up to the dragon with 100 images. You have 3 magic parchment sand to beat him. To change yourself. Each time you change, they'll offer you a different choice. Okay. Okay. The image you take on is only temporary. Okay, so is this failable, I guess? Okay, so there's 3 parchments. So does elephant beat lion? I love the extremely large beagle. This is really weird. So it's the idea that he's constantly staying one above me. Right, because the bird eats the bug. The bug eats the worm or something. Did I have like an item I can use on one of these? If this is funny, if this works. Okay. So are we just done then? Just transform back. But I'm a worm now. Do you still love me if I was a worm? I can't not be a worm anymore, it seems like. Cherries? Okay. Can a worm play a flute? I got cherries for you, man. Can you kill the thing? And by lure the beast away from here, I mean, like, carry it away. Alright, is it okay that I'm still a worm? They warned me that it was temporary. We're twins! You're very clever, Ween. Oh, you just get the sand off screen. You're really shouldn't just hold that in your palm like that. Okay, got this guy again. Okay. Essence of certain flowers gives her back her real shape. Okay, so we've got the quartz thing, which is really weird, but at least they tried to establish it. Okay, well, the one thing that Petroy can do... It's not a language I understand, but I think I've seen it before. Not very helpful. Okay. Lever. Arrow, animal, pot, meat. Okay, they're all arrow, animal, pot, meat. There's an eye that shoots a laser. Okay. Two grains. Don't have any fruits for the flute. They try to establish some rules, like the fruit rule, but... Pollen, venom, tiara... The pipe is my cauldron. The deal is with this like laser thing. Seems like it changes it. Whoops. Okay. DL loves Azulis. Write that down. Thanks, man. No, that's weird. Can I do something with this tablet? At least it's like, it changes the tablet, so use the tablet in your inventory. That at least makes some sense. The sun, the moon, and the water will show the way. So there's a matter of selecting them in that order. Sun, the moon, and the water. This is the sun one. No idea what those buttons do. seem to actually do anything. They don't respond to each other. I don't know if this is like the weird 4-button puzzle from earlier where there's just some like specific combination that's supposed to be right. I don't think there's anything else in this room to give me a clue. Is it that? Is it like supposed to be like an order? Like you shoot the animal and then you make a stew? No, that's not it. Okay, I don't have no idea how I was supposed to know that. Does Metroid tell me something about it, maybe? Probably not. I think he's only good for translating languages, it seems like. Hunt an animal, cook it, and then you'll have a roast. Okay, well, he actually gave me a clue. The game music cut out after that sound effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Okay. Does he have ideas about what order to press buttons with numbers on them, I guess? What? Add these figures by running order in order to get 8. Because this adds up to 8? Okay, so... Sure. Hey, what's up, Guardian? Look at these Halloween masks. Ween! Spell just cast has made me old and feeble. Spirit is weakened and my memory is going. Okay. A vial of quartz-flower essence, which will make me young again. Okay. Can't actually pick up that. Get the coin. Another hearth. Lichen. 6, 3, 4, 12. Arrow. Oh man, they really like this format of puzzle in this section of the game. That's really weird. I see, does the... Nothing to teach you on this subject. Okay. Are we saying do them in descending order? Is that the purpose? Or no, we're saying go down, then up, then down? It's only possible with 12, 4, 6, 3. That's a pretty good puzzle. I don't hate that one. A magnifying glass, of course. Oh, but I can't use it here. I guess I'm supposed to use that to, like, light a fire on the wood? Can I not get this to use it with the water? eyes. Use the pipe on the eyes. What do I use on the eyes? The coin, maybe, to dislodge them? Have you used the flute for that? I don't think. Okay, sure. I like some of the animations in this. What does that do, though? Does that mean that then I can take something? Oh, it's quartz, okay. That's cute. I can't do multiple, so I guess I need to get a snake from the other one. I can change an object to look like me. Find it. What? Okay. I don't know what object he could possibly want to look like him. Vial with the fountain. I'm going to get this jug, but it doesn't seem to want to let me interact with it. Leaves don't work on the wood. Or on the hearth. Oh, I can just pick them up, okay. It's not a potion. So, can I put the flower in the vial? No. Okay. Oh, now we can use this. Okay. It's a good idea, but it lacks something. Okay, this is the third time we've done a version of this puzzle. So it's not leaves. It seems like that should be right? So I can try putting the wood there now. Okay. It's a good idea, but it lacks something. Are we gonna do the cauldron again, I guess? Use the tiara on the pipe to de-transform it first. Okay. And then use the ring on the pipe to turn it into a cauldron. Putting it on the ledge made a lot of sense there. So that was incorrect. Really mad that the leaves don't work. And then I can't pick that thing up. any other things I'm able to interact with here. Gargoyle. Don't use gargoyle on snake, apparently. Okay, gargoyle on ledge. I can't get another thing there. I don't know why he wants me to make something look like him, like... Alright, I give up. When I got that, Hammer on the arm? What arm? Arms, that didn't even register. Okay, so that's how I get the water. Seriously? Ugh. Okay, so I assume I have to put the flower in there. Good enough. So I have this, like, smoke that's coming out now. It's really bizarre and arbitrary. It is the most bizarre, arbitrary adventure game I've ever played. Like, every now and then it has a puzzle that makes some modicum of sense, but you're constantly doing the weirdest, most... You, like, use a feather on an empty chest, and it's like, the feather was magic, and it spawned a parchment that tells you that you can use pollen on quartz to turn it into a flower. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's very strange. I don't understand it. Okay, I don't know how to get this. Still something I'm supposed to do with this snake, and I don't know what that is. But no, like, there's plenty of graphic adventure games like Monkey Island that make total sense, or they, like, establish some kind of joke that they develop on, right? I've heard of games like this one, but I've never played one before where it's just, like, pure nonsense. At least you can't soft lock her. It seems like you can. That reminds me I should save. I haven't in a while. Use the pipe on the snake? Okay, so I have to use the ring on the cauldron to turn it back into a sphere, and then use the tiara on the sphere to turn it back into a pipe. Oh, okay, sure. What does that do for me? Plug the leak? Okay. Sure. And then I'm going to be transferring that into a vial, I guess. Leave it where it is for the moment. Okay. I feel like I still need to get something else then. Apparently wants me to do something else still, right? No. There's nothing to be done. Bad idea. Another wasted effort. So they don't want me to do this again. Alright, let me back up. Wood on the hearth, gargoyle on the ledge, hammer on the arm, click on the stone. Use the rag on the statue's eyes, use pollen on one eye and venom on the other. Get the flower and use both it and the leaf on the hearth. The leaf? Have I not done that? Okay. Potion. It's a cool animation, though. Yeah, I feel like they need to give me some kind of, like, clue as to what I'm missing in a situation like that. The idea of making the little alchemy thing to like boil off the essence of the flower into a vial is clever. Touch the statue with the copper ball. Okay, bye. So I have to use... I have to get this thing back, right? But now it's a pipe again. I guess, like, the idea of turning the pipe into a coiled thing to act as a tube... Like, you get it after the fact. Okay, I guess I get what you're going for, but you gotta, like, get me on board with you first, man. What the fuck? To like put it in the empty eye socket like I did earlier. At least that's a repeating idea. No? It even mentions that there's an empty cavity there. Are we talking about this statue? Sure. I guess it had to be something that wasn't in the room previously, so you couldn't just solve it. Bravo, Ween. Put them in the Revuss. The prophecy will be fulfilled, said the thing. Watch out, Crip's grandson from his perch on one of the statues. Ween is going to open the Tabernacle. All Ween has to do is wait 2 long days to place his 3 grains of sand. Take away most of my items here? They didn't. Okay. Okay, so it's a chest full of trapdoor spiders. Okay, well, we've established that the sacred jewels combine with the copper ball. That's at least an established rule. Stab them with the sword. Okay. Revuss has disappeared. All those monsters I had to face. I mean, like the one. Kraal has what? He's on Volcano Island. Shit, I need to go to Volcano Island. Hurry up, Ween. Come to my rescue. Okay. Sight. Okay, I know that remove the glove. Use the glove to get past the spiders. Trapdoor spiders ate half my glove. Okay, so I no longer have a glove. Okay. It did something. Find an object in the mage that will help you get it out and put you on the road to the volcano. Oh, I have a chalice here. Sure. Okay. Door is protected by a magic ray. Openings. Oh, there's still something to get in this previous room. I think that they're just saying this is like a little miniature room here. I meant to be able to leave there. It's a vase, okay. Get a key at least. Oh, some mirrors. That's pretty helpful. It's no good because the door is supposed to say that it's locked, I'm guessing. Okay. This is a separate pixel. It's a good thing I found the key, or I'd have been like, why isn't the door opening? Whoa. Gnarly. Ghost's core spirit. His effigy is blocking the way. Demands offerings in return for his life. I don't know if I can go back to the previous room with the 2 doors. Handle to work the pulley. Let me see really quick if the other door goes to the same place. I don't see how to backtrack there. No, it's different. Mongoose. Okay, well, Mongoose beats Snake. Okay. Holy thing over here. I also don't see how to backtrack here, so I guess I just have to try both of them. He's blocking the digitalis. The awful beast is keeping me from picking up the flowers. Bag. Oh, well, that worked. So you could, like, cover it temporarily? I don't know what the snake is supposed to be blocking me on. Femur. That femur's really hidden, holy shit. Really hard for me to see what I can and can't. Click on here. Pick up the root, okay. Can actually put the root in my inventory. Oh, I see. Pearls, not eggs. And there's a femur. Look for other things that are interactable here. Nothing to be done. So you have to do both eventually, but it doesn't matter which order you do them in, I guess. What is that? The femur is this little, like, blue thing here? It's barely noticeable. They forgot to actually, like, render it. Oh, if I do this puzzle, I don't get the other puzzle? Weird. Okay, well, let me check. Bag, snake. Use the sword on the larch? Why? Okay. What can I do with the resin then? Okay, sure, that works. Grr, I'm hungry. Showing herself, but that's all. Puts her to sleep because we did that earlier with the spider or the rat. Trick her somehow. Can't do anything with this running water. Turn the sword back into the pipe and use the pipe on the water. Okay. Sure. So then can I... Seriously? We couldn't just do that before. She's chosen her dishes. I have to, like, mix them better, is that what we're saying? I don't know how to mix them. Get the femur. Okay, you're using it as like a, to like stir, I guess. Sure. Gotta get my item back. I think having more description text when you click on something, or even having this guy give you more information, would go a really long way. He basically only gives you translations, and there's like one puzzle where he tries to tell you what the devil's going for. Cut the rope with the sword, I guess. Everything just has like again, the developer empathy problem where it's like you get what they were going for once you do it, but you have to like get me on board with what you're trying to do, right? It's like they knew what they wanted the solution to be, and then there was no working backwards to get the player caught up with whatever that is, right? Staircase. There's a pot and a bowl that I can't keep. I can keep the horn, though. Not the wood. Okay, got resin again. Better the pot. Okay, there's resin on the flower. But I saw a thing. Baton. But I saw something else. Tropical creeper. Okay. Can't use the baton on the flower. Or the wood. Or the pots. Wish I knew what was up with the mouse control in the game. Wait, what? What happened to all my other items? I feel like they should have taken them away sooner, but I guess I needed them on the previous screen. Okay, it's a start. Just put it there. I like this place. Horn and wood. Sure. Okay. I made a pickaxe. But I had to do it on the ground, I guess. Yeah, it's weird because you recruit the twins after you already have a bunch of items on you. So like, we'll hold your items for you. It's like, but I already have like 10 of them. Want me to use the pickaxe on something here. I think it would be like a cracked rock or something, right? Really trying to look for interactables. A volcano, I can't go there. Get the pickaxe and use it on the grass in the lower left corner of the screen. There is not anything you can click there. There's mushrooms. To kind of move the mouse really... aggressively. Wow. I guess it didn't have a prompt. Sure. Can keep the stone. Nice tech. All right. So they intentionally don't show you where to use the pickaxe? Okay. Anything else interactively? We got the mushrooms. The mushrooms are blocking the passage. It's really specific. If they want to do a dowsing rod thing, that's fine, but I mean, it's like vaguely shaped like a dowsing rod, but... Okay. You eat the mushrooms? Okay. This game is nuts. I was gonna say, but where's my flute? I like that they took my stuff away. I had too much shit on me anyway. I try to. Thanks for the gold. Give me gold. I'll give you a haversack, which is abandoned on the roadside. Okay. The enormous monster who robbed you. Just giving me my stuff back. Okay, yeah. It'd be pretty bad if you took the grains, right? It's like the whole thing. The tools to detach them. Okay. At least that worked. Yeah, at least that time I clicked on the thing and it was like, here's vaguely what we want you to do. I can weave a sail, but give me some fish eggs. Okay. I want to use them to go lobster fishing, right? Can I just fish with the nets? What else do I have here? Archboat ribs. Fill the lobster pots. I think I'm supposed to be able to do something with the fish here. Spider won't take it. I love how we had the knife at the start, and he's like, I don't need this anymore. I guess I could maybe make the sword to cut open the fish, but that would be a good thing to have a knife for, man. The fuck? Let's see if it works even. Come on, game. Thank you, stranger. Thank you. A way to, like, attach it. Other stuff that's supposed to be interactable here. Bamboo. Chop it down. Okay. This screen is trying a bit more to, like, say what they want you to do here. So I don't know what the lobster pots are supposed to be for. See any other interactables on the screen for the lobster pots? Coconut tree? Okay. Sure. I feel like there's another interactable I'm missing on the screen here. Well, let me just click on the boat to go. Another hidden magic corner pixel like that blue femur. The best way for me to see it is to just do this, because for some reason the mouse really wants to favor the x-axis. I really have to struggle to get it to the point where I want it to go. Can't see anything other than the boat as an unlockable here. Clickable. You use the ore on the boat, is that the idea? Oh, there's a notch in the back. Fuck that. That's unnecessary. You can see that. Kraal's thugs are on the lookout. Going to sting you. Another sting was threatening our friend Ween. That seems bad. Bones padlock. Not the right key again. How does this keep happening? God, it looks like that's filling. Possible to reach, it's too far. Should be able to do something to get the water out of the boat. We've had to transfer liquids before. Hold on. Okay. This is the thing I have to deal with now, I guess. Okay. So there's bones, a bottle I can't reach, and a padlock that I can't open because the key doesn't work. Just bail it out whenever I want. Okay. Seems like I can't plug that. Let's see. Use the hammer on the lock. Okay. They really like this. We're gonna show you the key, but it's not the right key. Oh, there's some tar. They're really not it. I thought you just used that to plug the leak. I don't know if I just have to be super fast when there's no water. Let me check. Turn the sword into the pipe and use it on the tar. Okay. Do we mean use the tar on the pipe? But then I have to move everything out. So it's not clear that I'm using the tar. Is it that the tar stuck to the pipe? It didn't confirm that I had done something successfully there. Change it back. I think the idea of having to manage this thing filling up really sucks, actually. Not a fan. So take the cork off somehow? Okay. Then we moves out the tar, and then we plug the hole. Oh my god! But now I have to. Fucking hell, man! Tiara. If you have to remember what reverts it. You can't just use the target item on it too, which makes it more annoying. Okay. We good? Jesus Christ. It's like hammer it in quickly, I guess. Doesn't seem like I have a lot of time to go equip it and then precisely click on it. So hopefully we can do it successfully here. Oh god, just barely got it. Okay. My hammer's broken. Oh yeah, we saw that earlier. So I specifically so that I cannot use the hammer on that lock. At least the key got a use. More strawberries. More gold. Shovel. Give me some alms, man. Okay, give me some alms now. All right. Anything else here that's interactable is planks, it said somewhere. Planks are badly squared off. Okay. Really want to be fucking up this guy's house like this? I don't know what that accomplished. Don't see anything on the screen. Sand. Okay, dig in the sand, I guess. Oh, that's cool. Give this guy an eyeball. Other places to dig here. A lot of fucking shit out in the sand. I don't know how many total locations there are. It's really hard to see where these are supposed to be. Let me try checking the ones that are already there. That might be everything. Oyster, yuck. These two annoy me. Jewels. Okay, can I open the oyster? Okay, that's cute. To give this guy like every conceivable treasure and make sure there's not another. Oh, there's another sand there. My shovel's broken. Good riddance. Okay. It's pretty funny. My sandal. That's actually really funny. Still not satisfied. What haven't I given him yet? Oh, okay, you just had to give him everything on the island, essentially. Kraal was just a miserable... Daisy. Okay. Oh, these things again. Loves eating precious metal. Find some somewhere. Branch is a real springboard. Save again. I really hope it gets far in advance of 100k votes, because they said they needed it to have an overwhelming response to make their argument to capital. Well, javelins, arrows. Use these, like, chop stuff down. Okay, I'm gonna make a bow and arrow, I guess. I guess chopping it is what got me the arrows, okay. I remember the solution for this before, assuming they're bringing it back, which is good when they do that. pendulum? Oh, they're trying to do the dowsing rod thing again. I don't have the shovel anymore. Explicitly took it away from me. Hey, look. I like how it's almost the eclipse, that's cool. Turn the cauldron into the sword and use it to dig where the pendulum swung? Whoa. You're kidding me with that shit. Just let me keep the shovel for one more screen. Are they joking? Here's a rope. Oh, thanks, man. Wow, that's exactly what I needed. Pick the bow and the arrows, because one is useless without the other. Why do you never do that, Ween? Why don't you ever take initiative like that? It's the one time you've done it. Not even bothered by my arrows. Okay. Gotta like put her to sleep again or something. Doesn't do anything. Pointless. Found what I was looking for. Oh, okay. Okay. The bird got obliterated. Okay. It's interesting that I can't use the sword here. You can't always use the pipe that way. Can I like combine the feathers with the arrows to make them better or something? Okay. Still not enough? Oh, okay. I see. Walnut seems to have something in it. To make it the sword again to break it open? Jesus Christ. I think this idea of like the orb that transforms into different adventure game tools that you have to use in a bunch of clever ways is cool, but they really made it as big of a hassle as possible. Yeah. You're welcome. Look very normal. Of course, yeah. So to defeat the carnivorous plant, we just have to knock down the walnut. Chest reminds me of another one, so... Oh, shit. Feather... I do at least appreciate, it's probably the nicest thing I can say with this game, is that sometimes it does something incredibly fucking stupid and arbitrary and weird. There's no reason for the player to expect it, but then they at least do the incredibly stupid, arbitrary, weird thing at least a couple times, so that when it happens later, you're like, oh right, that's like a weird rule of this game that I remember now, right? I think that's one of my least favorite things in the whole game, is the baffling Oh yeah, use the feather on the empty chest. It's a magic feather, and now you have pollen and venom. Okay. Which, of course, when you use it on quartz... I wonder if the old man is the actual bad guy. Can't actually pick up the cane. More strawberries. Thanks for the gold. I don't see any quartz anywhere. Worm. Greetings, Ween. My brother talked about you. Okay. The worm eats the mushrooms, right? Couldn't eat another bite. Different with the other fruit. I have no idea, man. No idea. Don't feel like making a fire today. What would you say you do here, bro? Maybe he doesn't do something yet. That seed, bad weed. That's all that I could think to do. Sure. One worked, but not the other. Oh, okay. Time will find a way to keep him to his word. Rumpelstiltskin, motherfucker. Turn him to stone. Okay. I feel like I'm not done here, right? So clearly there's something else I'm supposed to do here. They're so small. You guys lost the 3 grains of sand. Motherfuckers. It's the one thing you can't do. Borgol was turned to stone. Okay. Filthy beast won't be any help to me. Perfume is captivating. Okay, sure. Can't pick up the coin. Another locked door. I think it, instead of saying foiled again, when you click on the door, it needs to say it's locked. I don't know what I'm going to be using this on. Go back this way, okay. Put the pollen and venom in the cauldron and use the potion on the left-hand weed. Okay, don't regret looking that up. I mean, I remember needing to do the thing with the cauldron. Like, that's not completely arbitrary. It was arbitrary when it happened before, though, right? Because before it was like, all right, you can use the venom and the pollen to transform quartz, but don't. Use it to make a poison thing that will suffocate this weird snake monster. Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? You have to do this in the right order or it does nothing. So now I have a potion. Oh, okay. It's not working. Why does it work on one but not the other? Oh, do I have to do it again? Okay. I think making you do it multiple times is... So a player might be like, oh, well, I must only be able to do it once, right? Wretched mushrooms are blocking the way. Okay. So now I have truffles. Put the truffles and the venom in the cauldron and use the potion on the ruby. Of course. It was so obvious. What is it? Do I still have...
That just raises further questions.
This fuck, God. The truffles and the venom. On the ruby. I dumped it already. Oh my god. You can click the wrong thing and lose it. It's like they're trying to do some kind of like anti-brute forcing thing here, but it's like, y'all, your game is about brute forcing. That potion was incredible. I must remember it. Okay. No point loading me down with that weed. Well, of course not. Doi. Put chamomile and the water in the cauldron. Like, I get that we're doing a thing here where it's like, oh, you have to do this, like, alchemy, but... Water, chamomile... They do the hearth thing so many times, it's kind of funny. Like, helping his stomach is the idea. Okay. Okay, so now I think I'm done here. And this says now I need the truffles and the pollen in the cauldron. I think this needed to be like a core mechanic of the game. I think doing like experimental alchemy like this needed to be like a thing that was always happening. It wouldn't surprise me if like in the design documents when they were imagining the game, they were imagining this being a much more important part, but then only really being able to fit it in a couple times. Or like it was, maybe it happened more often and then got cut later. Because it feels like, oh yeah, of course the player's just going to experiment with like throwing random garbage in their cauldron, right? Even though we don't really have like an interface for that or give you a lot of feedback that what you're doing is changing something. Vitalis. Depetrifies him, okay. Thank you, Ween. Talk to the king of the ants, of course. Thank you. Greetings, noble Ween. Need to call upon your goodness. People have become senile. Okay. Sure. Oh, well, thanks. I guess I'd love to be an ant right now. It's actually would be super fucking useful. So I have to find Axel. I'm making you find the grains of sand. Is it like a literal pixel hunt? Because that's actually kind of funny. That's actually kind of good. Oh, this is just like a warped version of the earlier screenshot, too. Must be some other interactable here that I don't see. I only got one of the grains. Because if they're doing a bit where they're like, you know, aware of adventure games and the idea of a pixel hunt, that's actually a pretty good joke. Maybe that's why the mouse is so fucky, because they want it to be like moving along the x-axis like that. Okay. Alright, so I have an Axel thing now. does something. Don't see any other interactables here, though. I've never had this happen in DOSBox, so it's really weird. Mix the truffles, the venom, and the pollen and use it on the coin. Naturally. I think alchemy needed to be a bigger core feature, and it needed to be something that the game was making you do like all the time. Potion has a strange effect on silver. They'll me to do it again to use it on this thing. So that was truffles, venom, pollen. Nope. Brutal. I guess I'm supposed to cure that one rather than transform it. Okay, hold on. So that's truffles plus pollen only. Use an axle on this thing. Mechanism, okay. Fantastic. It's funny that there's also a grill. They're made out of silver. Okay, so that was truffles, venom, pollen. Okay, and then I can revert them, right? That wasn't what I was expecting to happen, but now I have to set it on fire? Okay. And I have to, like, put the flame out somehow. There's water over here, I guess. Hooray! Okay. Yeah, that section got better the longer you were having to do it. It was just annoying because the beginning of it was so arbitrary. pry it off somehow. Okay, yes. Blood jewel is missing a piece. Too bad we had to damage the statue. Well, there's another gem there, but maybe it's not. Ones don't do anything. I know what the letters are supposed to be. Bowl. Opening is minuscule, so like pipe again, I guess. Too big. Well, at least that's custom dialogue about that. I don't know what they want me to do with the hole there. Other hideaways don't do anything. Supposed to keep using the sword on the hole, it says. Wow, okay, hold on. That's enough, I'm not a vandal. You kind of seem like a vandal. Okay, so I have to set this on fire again? Is like we're kind of running deal here? Okay, so... necklace on the sword. At least in the last section, you weren't constantly having to transform the thing. It was just a cauldron the entire time. That's truffles and venom. Okay, so I have a jewel and a flawed jewel. Look in the rightmost hideaway. Spam click on it until you get something. That looks like there's nothing there. And that also looks like that means the creature's not doing anything. Wow. Awful. Glue? Alright. Whatever you say, game. So let me keep the bowl this time. Okay, so I've got a bowl of glue. want me to do with that? So wait, so what do they want me to do with this glue bowl? You have not understanding. Okay, it gets wasted whenever I try to do that. Okay. Put truffles... Okay, repeat this process over and over is what it's saying to do. So, put truffles and pollen in the cauldron. As for some of these puzzles I was able to figure out, but some of them are so fucking ridiculous. And use the potion on the jewel. See, this is where it would be good to have a description of the jewel to be like, it's made of silver. I mean, I guess it looks like the color on the previous screen. Okay. Make the sword and use it on the crack. Crack? This thing? It's a hole. Alright, I can't skip a step. I have to use the ring on the cauldron to decauldron it, and then use the necklace let's see what they mean about this crack they're talking about. Not talking about this hole. I don't think they want me to use it on the flawed jewel as well. Must be another clickable crack on this statue somewhere. A hideaway, that's a hideaway. You see that, oh wait, there's a crack, okay. That didn't even look significant at all. Okay, so then there's a lava flow, which attracts the little bug. Get the firefly and use the glue on it? What the fuck? Use the firefly glue in one of the dark hideaways. We just assume there's a lever in each of those, man. And it's just gonna spawn another jewel. Do we have to do it again? Oh my god. Okay, so. Holy fuck. Truffles and pollen. Wait, no, I have to turn it back into a cauldron first. Wow. See, I like the part where you drop the sand and you have to like shrink to an ant and do a literal pixel hunt to find it, because that feels self-aware. But this feels like this is a pain in the ass without being funny. If it was funny, that would be one thing, right? Like the sand was. Okay. Truffles and pollen. Or you could make a little joke about it and be like, really? I think that's something that's really kind of surprising about it. I said this at the very beginning that, like, I've never played a serious adventure game because I think that it's actually really hard in this genre to not do comedy because the concept is so, like, fundamentally silly. The closest thing I've ever done is Loom. Loom takes itself pretty seriously, but it's still like a LucasArts adventure game, right? So it's still goofy frequently. pollen. And I have to use this, like, it doesn't even keep the lava there. I have to use the ring on the cauldron and then turn it back into the sword. And then click this thing that doesn't stand out at all again. And then use it with the glue. I was worried they're gonna make me get more glue. I have to use the glue on the firefly, not the other way around. Okay. Just do that 2 more times. Can we like glue these together? Hooray. Okay. At least it's not literally just the same thing a bunch of times. I was worried it was going to make me just do that without any kind of change. Nice tick. Hope it's like 200k by the time it's done, because they said they wouldn't go much harder on it beyond what they already promised, unless if they get blown out of the water. Okay. Truffles and pollen, but I have to revert the fucking sword first. Good thing I have an infinite amount of these truffles and pollen. Okay, and use that with the ring. Get the firefly and use it with the glue. That one is different. Put the copper ball in there? Really? I don't know what the, I guess we haven't used the copper ball in a long time, and they're like, shit. It's like its default state. Sure. Whatever you say, game. Jesus Christ. This game is like almost borderline structured like an ARG, right? This is meant to be played by like 50 people in a Discord. Okay, so... Ring. Truffles. I gotta do it in the other order. Plus pollen. It would be nice if it was like having you, like if each one of these was one of the alchemy recipes you just learned instead of it being the same alchemy recipe every time, right? I feel like they're doing a thing here where it's like, okay, well, you want all the hideaways to be lit up. But it's like such an enormous logical leap to get to, okay, I need to like get a bunch of fireflies and then get their attention and then glue the fireflies into the hideaway. Like once you do it once, you're like, okay, I guess I see what you're doing if we work backwards from already knowing what you were going for. But it's so weird. What's an example of a contest adventure game meant to be played in a team? I don't think I've ever heard of that before. Twig. Let me save really quick, because if like the game suddenly crashes, that would be really bad after all that. Guessing we gotta get back to this tube thing again. Oh shit. Come on. One of the openings like behind me somewhere. Does it have to go back in here? Try to figure out what the last thing is supposed to be here. Don't think I'm supposed to use this last one yet. I mean, I guess I can. I feel like there's an extra firefly. So this is meant to count as one. All right. In each hideaway, flip the lever repeatedly until a pedestal rises and 3 letters light up. By the end, all letters should be lit and all 5 pedestals up. Using the bow, shoot the letters Kraal. What the fuck? Wow. You're literally just meant to, like, brute force click these guys. It's the first time it does it, there's no letters. Why would you expect it flipping multiple times to change whether the letters are lit up or not? Like... Okay. They've done that a few times now. Even in this room, they've done it a few times where you had to like click on the hole repeatedly, even though it seemed like it was done. Like, why would it give you glue if you clicked on it multiple more times? That's bizarre. Okay, let's be really careful here. Oh my god, are they serious? You gotta be fucking kidding me, game. Okay, well, it's a good thing I just saved. I don't know if it's actually timed or if it, like, I slightly misclicked the pixel there. Holy fuck. Nice of you to come and see me, Ween. So you haven't come empty-handed. Could be both. Sec. Well, that sucks. Got one more chance, Ween. Come to my aid. Yo, Ween, you keep fucking up. Ween's just not a name I can take seriously. It is pretty funny that they tried to re-release or pretend like the game wasn't called Ween. Ween and his friends were taken prisoner. Right, I have 2 friends with me, don't I? Empty inventory, okay. It's a D loves A thing again. That will help you without the help of the blazing star. It's not very helpful. Reach the lock through the bars. Needle? Okay, I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to do something with that. Those 2 things look identical to me. Carving. Heart. Heart carved into the rock, okay. Nail. They really like this solution towards the end of making you click on something repeatedly, even though the game has not done that for the first like 2 hours and 20 minutes. All right, put the nail in the bottom left hole of the right lock dial, of course. Not that one. Okay. That's kind of neat. The pen was stuck under the bars. Okay, so now I have another pin. It's just very specific. We need to have like 2 of them out is the idea here. I guess the arrow is trying to say this one and this one. Not doing the best job of it, to be honest. Alright, here we go. This thing says I need to save because this part is timed and I will lose if I don't save now. Starting at the right lever and going progressively toward the left, click on each lever 4 times. So if you have never saved before this point, it's just game over, and you have to go all the way back to the beginning. And there's a carving somewhere I'm supposed to be able to click. Don't see the carving. But the fact that the game has created the expectation that you're never going to have to load your save and then having it on the final screen is one of the most fucked up things I've ever encountered in a video game. Like, holy shit. I think I'm supposed to be able to dismiss this pop-up somehow, but I don't know how to do that. Hideaways, there's the carving. Impossible to get it stuck, okay. Still stuck. Heart in the orifices and get the knife. Okay. Use the knife on the bamboo? Where the fuck is the bamboo? Visible close button. Literally do not see where the fucking bamboo is. You just sit on this screen. Put the heart in the orifice and get the knife. Use the knife on the bamboo 2 times, then use the flute. I have to find out where it is so I can reload. If anyone sees it, feel free to tell me. Thought I saw something a second ago. Carving. I would be so mad if I had played this game without meaningful saves, or even had saved like several screens ago and died here. I don't know where this is. On the ground? Holy shit, that's not visible at all. At least make it green. So I have to do it twice. It says, oh, now I have a new flute. Okay. Something at the very end is kind of cute. This is the thing they keep hinting at throughout the whole game, so at least that makes sense. God damn it. This is where I really need the mouse to work. Oh my god, mouse. Oh my god, mouse. I need you to work. Fucked it up again. A Z E. At least it tells you at the bottom which one you're highlighting this time, unlike the previous section. L I S S. Okay. Put it in the hideaway with the first one. Okay. Born of the love between these two people, Kraal can do nothing against me. Wow, thank you. Appreciate that. The insane final screen puzzle dealing with the recurring theme of the love messages between those two characters is kind of a cool idea in principle, but the game did not create the expectation that that was going to make any sense at all. Especially since it's a timed screen. I think you need to do at least autosave on that screen. Only the future will tell. The end. Dragon. All right, so this game had parts of it that were charming. This is the only time I've played an adventure game like this. I've heard about these all the time, right? And often we'll load an adventure game up and be like, oh my god, is this going to hard require a walkthrough? Is this going to soft lock me or anything like that? And it's never been the case. The closest we came, I think, was King's Quest VI, but even that is like an incredibly well-written game. I think that the puzzles themselves aren't rotten in this. In fact, some of them are pretty good. It's just that you gotta come up with the puzzle, and then you have to go, well, what if I wasn't me? What if I was literally anyone else who's not in my brain? How do I, like, bring them on board with me? And I feel like 1993 is a really late time to put out a game like this. Like I said, this is like a year before Final Fantasy VI, right? Like, video games were getting pretty mature at this point, even on PC. And adventure games were already relatively common now. So I guess it's a pretty early indie game is maybe the way to think about it. That it actually got released despite being made by an extremely small team and has pretty good art. I actually like the art a lot. The soundtrack is pretty good. But man, some of those puzzles are just so fucking weird, and it's like, it's interesting because it's like I get to get in the weird brain of this person who has these ideas for the puzzles and is like, it has zero interest in conveying them to me, right? I think they could have gone a lot further here with, like, focusing more on the alchemy concept, making it less of a pain in the ass to do, actually implementing the hint guy, because the hint guy, the game like forgets about him, and maybe there's a couple other places where he tells you something helpful, but the game definitely trains you to think he's going to be useless because he almost never tells you something useful, and it takes forever to like get him to comment on an item. If he commented on more stuff and that was just the way the game progressed, that would make a little bit more sense. But yeah, just kind of a mess of a game. I enjoyed the soundtrack, I enjoyed the visuals, and I'll definitely remember that crazy ending sequence the one time it's timed in a 3-hour game. That was Ween.